Hi, Phil here, and this is the first video of a series of videos to show you how this novel writing Claude tool works. It's a fantastic framework from still my mentor, basically, Soren Jorgensen. I've known Soren since about 1999, I think it was, maybe it's 2000, and I've also been on a cruise with him in the Caribbean and have several nights out in the UK when we meet up or we did used to meet up back in the day. So anyway, what I want to do is just share with you what Soren shared with me here. Now, I'm just making sure you can't see my recording bar because I'm actually on a single monitor here. I'm just on my laptop instead of my normal dual monitor setup. You might notice if you're sharp-eyed that this is not my normal house or my normal office. I'm in a cottage in the middle of the Dales, somewhere in Staffordshire. So anyway, I want to get this out to you. So first of all, let's look at the books, the standard books. Now, this is just a demo account. So you see there's 3 books in here that you can go and have a read of. You can see the samples. These are on Kindle Unlimited, and you can go and grab these and go and check them out. But what I'll do is, hopefully, we can read a sample. So I'll just click on here. This one's Roads and Routes, and then we can see the structure of the book. You can see how it's written. Now, this is Cozy Fantasy book, and there's other series of books that you can get as well, but the first one's Cozy Fantasy, and it's mainly around the framework that's there. Now, this is a popular niche, very much in demand, and people writing in this niche will do very, very well if you stick to just this niche itself. So it is a fantastic writing tool. As I say, I'm going to leave the links below. I'm not going to walk you through the book. I'm going to leave the links below the video, and also leave the link for when you can start getting access to when this goes live, etc., so you can get the best opportunity to buy this at the heavily discounted price, which I need to double check, but I'm sure it's not as much as what people think it was going to be for a framework that's this powerful. Now, those who have bought or invested in my modulator framework know how powerful that tool is. Now, that my tool is great at creating human sounding content. This tool is designed to help you outline all your book structure. So it'll help you write your story, it'll help you do the landscape or the world. So basically, if it's a futuristic world, etc., it'll help you map all that out. It'll help you to map out your characters, storyline, everything. And it does so just using 2 very simple files. So I'm going to show you how those files work now. But again, for this, if you want to get access to these, I'll drop links below this video, and you can have a look at these books, the quality of these books that's there as well. Ignore the graphics and things like that. That's not part of the package, not the front end part of the package. But you can get anybody on Fiverr to create your book covers, or if you want, you can use something like Canva, or why not use AI? Give a sample of what your book is and ask AI to create your book covers. Works fantastically well now. So there's some great tools for that. So let's just move into this part here. You can see I'm in Claude. Now, this is my Pro plan. I'm in the Pro plan version. This also works on the free plan as well, but you will start hitting limitations as you go through in the free plan. So it'll probably time out after about 4 hours. You'll have to wait 4 hours, then you can go again. But that's giving you sufficient time to get started. So the first thing to bear in mind is when you're in here, make sure you're on Sonnet. Do not choose Opus or the other one. Just make sure you're on Sonnet, not Opus. Make sure you're on Sonnet. Whatever version that you have, just make sure it is Sonnet, not any other option. So now what we do is we simply come across to our files. So let's just click into Ghostwriting. You can see I've got my Ghostwriting file here, and this one's Cozy Fantasy Writer. And I mentioned there's only 2 files you need to copy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the framework, and I'm just going to upload that. In fact, the way I'm going to do that, if I can just move this down. So I'm just going to come to Projects, start with a new project, and I'm just going to call this New Cozy Demo. Oh, it would help if I put that in the project, but not a worry. I'll do it again. Just 1 sec. Projects, let's just capture that. Cut that. Create a new project. I'm going to call it New Cozy Demo. I'm not going to do anything in the description just yet. I'm going to say create project. And this video is just going to show you the first part. Now, again, because I'm in a cottage in the middle of nowhere, then my internet isn't that great. But what we're going to do here on the Files section, we're just going to click Add Files. I'm going to upload from my device. I'm going to come across to Ghostwriting, which is my folder. Create your own folder, obviously. I'm going to do Cozy Fantasy Writer. If I get my mouse to work, the joys of working on stuff where you're not used to working on. Open up Cozy Fantasy Writer. I'm going to do the framework. So the framework comes into your instruction files just here, and that's updated there. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to add the prompt file to this. So just click on prompt, click up set up prompt, open. And on this one, I'm just going to hit enter. So now what it's going to do is going to start walking me through the process. Again, bear in mind that this is working on an internet speed of something like 3 meg. So I do apologise. I see I'm in the middle of nowhere, not my normal office space. So I'm doing the best to get this out here though. Let's just check my speed here. I'll be lucky if I got 5 meg, and I can't even get mobile signal here, so I can't even basically use my phone. So let's have a look. We're not even 5 meg. I've got a hamster that runs faster than that. So anyway, we'll do our best. But you can see this is taking a little bit time to get through. But what it'll tell us now, we've uploaded the prompt file, we uploaded the setup file, and now we just went there. So it's read the prompt file. Both files are present, the framework and the setup prompt. No world, Bible, or final story state. So this book is one mode. First, give me your starting point. This could be anything: a single word, a magical craft, a creature, a character idea, a community, a mood, a scene you can picture, a book or show you admire, or a detailed wish list of everything you want. So you've got the input into this. Or what you can do is you can actually get it to do its own thing. And also you can write in different languages as well. So I'm just going to say surprise me. Let's copy that. Just for the purpose of this. And again, as we go through the next videos, I'll show you how the book starts writing itself. Just now we're going to let the Claude do its own thing. Now it's going to go and create its concept. So it's going to give us 3 novel concepts: the cartographer and the unmapped places. Concept A, so it's given us concepts that we can utilize. Concept B, the Fermentation Guild of Ashwick Hollow. That sounds alcoholic. I'm in for that one. Cheers, by the way. The House That Kept Count. All right, okay. So their recommendation is concept B, or we can combine any of them. We'll just say, okay, go with B. And it's going to prompt you and walk you through different aspects of this book. So now it's building the Ashwick Hollow. It's going to do step 2, which is building the world and the community. And again, it's giving you options. So you're always in control. So these books will all be different. There'll be no book that's exactly the same. And again, because you can prompt it any way you want. You can say, I want it set in a different environment. I want different characters. You're in full control of this. So we've got Crossroads Community. Let's see what recommendation is. Recommendations A. So let's just go with A. We'll just follow what it's recommending. And now it's going again, and take us through the processes as we go. And now once we get through this, I'll let this run right through. We'll go the first part will be a bit longer. What we're going to do is we're going to let this run through the whole processes, and then we'll pause this video and we'll come back once we've got everything set up. So just bear with me here because my mouse is not playing nice just now. I certainly use one on my laptop. My recommendation, option A. So we'll just do A again. So once it's gone through the process of all this, it's going to create .md files, and the .md files are what you put back into your project settings. So I'll show you that part. And again, you can pause the video, you can see what it's doing, but it's basically structuring everything we need from there. So in this part, where we are now, we're now looking at the seasons and the atmosphere of the story, of the novel. So the novel needs a seasonal arc, so it's going to create a seasonal arc for us. And that's what it's doing just now. My recommendations, option A again. Okay, we'll go A. I'll throw a curveball in a moment. I'll choose a different option. Autumn into harvest chaos, then the long quiet of winter. Perfect. So now it's going through that story again for Ashwick House. We can just scroll down, watch this as it completes down. And it's creating the stories, the characters, etc. Now this was probably going to say option A again, so I'm going to change it. No, I'm going to do option B. And it's running really slow. So it's step by step. Now, typically, if you did this yourself, it would take ages, absolutely ages. I mean, I've written novels in the past just using frameworks I've created myself. I try to create myself using the AI, asking it what to do, and it wasn't as in depth as this. Because what this does, this is the work before the work. This is going to make sure that your novel stays on track. Your scenes, your world, they stay on track. They match what the story should be. Your characters stay congruent. The story stays congruent. And when you start pulling the book together, everything's in place for you. It's just a matter of pulling it together. So let's just have a look at mix and match. They're saying option C. I'm just going to say mix and match B and C. Mix B and C. So you get the idea. It's just going to keep creating. And it's telling you a little bit background about the story there. So it's a bit of a process, but it's well worth going through this. This is a part that trips people up. And thanks to Soren and this framework, it's going to map it all out for you. And that's the part we're going to get to mapping this out initially. We're going to start creating them MD files. I'll show you where to put them. But there is step-by-step training as well by Soren, and his training is much faster than this. So we're just going to go option C. And then we'll see how many more steps we've got left. We've got the community next. Needs to feel populated, so we're going to create a population of this area. So we've got the fermenter. These are your characters now, so it's building what you call a character Bible. So we've got the pragmatist here, option A. We've got the philosopher. We've got the pragmatist with the history. We've got the skeptic. So option A, as you can see the different characters it's building out there. Now these are different people in there. And I'm just going to ask us to freestyle now. Now this is something I tried with Soren's prompt, and it worked pretty well. So you can either say freestyle or surprise me. I'm just going to say surprise me. Let that run. And each one of these characters, when it builds out, will have the backstory that continues through your novel. So you're not having to remember all this. You're not having to keep your own character Bible. It's going to create this yourself. So I'm just going to say surprise me. So there you go. It's building these all out there now. Okay, again, I'm just going to say surprise me. And complete all tasks. It's still running on a bit, as you can see. There you go. So it's going to generate these 5 documents one by one, and it'll go and present each one for download. So starting with the world Bible, I mentioned before you've got the world, which basically is the scene settings and things like that. The place where they live in is going to create that. Then it'll create the character Bibles, then it'll create the story Bibles and things like that. But we'll let it go through. So this world Bible is for the patience of still water. So it's given us a name for this world. Let's see what's happening again. We're running a bit slow here with the internet. So let me just pause this for just a second. Okay, so now what you can see is we left it off just here. So let's start building out things. Now it says I have everything I need to let me build out all 5 documents, and I'll generate them one by one. So all 5 documents are ready. And what you have is it tells you what the name's going to be. Number 1's the framework, which is updated now. The Patience of Still Water, that's a story Bible. The Patience of Still Water character profiles, that's your main characters within the story. So you can see in here we have 6 main characters. Then we have the Patience of Still Water chapter outline. There's 22 chapters it's going to create, from the canal bridge to the tasting panel. And then number 6 is going to be the Patience of Still Water story state. The novel's living memory, updated after every chapter. So the novel's living memory is what keeps your story on track. So it means it's going to keep that continuous story brief right across there. It's going to be completely congruent, because when you start writing with AI, sometimes what will happen is you'll have the story will go a bit weird around about chapter 4, chapter 5, and then also again chapter 9 onwards. With that novel living memory, which is updated after each chapter that you write, then it's just great, copy and paste again. That'll ensure that your book stays on track and stays congruent throughout. So that's the first part. We've got everything we need from there now. You can see here you have the options to download or link them to your Google Drive, and then you can just pull them back in, and you can just click on here and download all. Across here, we can see now we're starting to see the story pulling together. This is just the World Bible, etc. And you can have a quick read through that as well. That gives you the sample to read through from there to understand how the story is going to work out as it starts building out. So the next video, what I'm going to do is going to go by these one by one. I'm going to follow this step by step, and I'm going to start writing the book. So that was the first part, just to show you how it creates it using the prompts. The key thing I want to share with you there, you can ask it to do everything itself, or you can be in control and you can guide it. You can say, I want this kind of character, I want this kind of setting, I want this to happen in the story. So you're fully in charge of what happens within it. Again, seasonal patterns, things like that, you can choose all of this. You've got the different seasons. You can see this one says central season, the spring, the solstice, midwinter, all this good stuff you can have full control of. But in this video, I just want to show you that it's a case of just copy and pasting 2 files and then following the prompts to build out your story Bible, your world Bible, your character Bible, your chapter outlines. In this case, 22 chapters, I think it said it was. 22 chapters. So this is going to build for you a fantastic book that's going to be unique. And it's also in a niche that is a best-selling niche, or a very, very strong niche at the moment, where you can make a good profit. Now, the other thing to bear in mind as well, you could offer this as a service. You could offer this to write books for other people. So just bear that in mind as well. So it's not just a case of writing books for yourself, it's a case of writing books for others as well. But you can see this is building out now the full story, the World Bible, the overview of the world. It's got the community, the story about the community where the book's going to be set, the story's going to be set. You've got the geography and key locations. And then we've got from here, you've got the magic system and what the magic does, things like that. So it's a great experience watching the AI build these books out for you. And with using Claude, you get a book that reads like a human wrote it. It's not fully non-AI. You might still pick up some things, but with a little bit of editing, you can make the story really sound as if a human actually wrote the whole thing from start to finish. And at the end of the day, this is AI assisted. You're using AI to assist you write the book, but because you have the inputs, you're in control. So that's what I say when I say AI assisted, because you can change any element of this. And at the end, I'd also recommend that you become the human in the loop that does the final edits before you start producing your books and publishing your books. So that's the first video. The next videos will start going through the various sections of this, and we'll do it step by step, and I'll walk you through that. So by the time Soren is ready to release his product, you'll be ready to start following what I'm doing here, but also you'll have the training from Soren himself, which I highly recommend you take advantage of as well, because he actually created this. So I've been Phil, hope you enjoyed that. Next time, I'll probably not be in this cottage. I'll probably be in another little villa somewhere, little cottage somewhere. Don't know where I'm going to be, but I'll try and get it where we've got more stable internet so you can watch me build this live. So apologies I had to pause that. I wanted to show you real time to show you the full sequence. But basically we're 18 minutes into here, and already we've got a great book outline, which is head and shoulders above what most people would struggle to create themselves. So there you go. And that's with me recording it, and that's with me jumping backwards and forwards with a very, very poor internet. So anyway, catch you soon. Bye for now.